Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I feel like it's been a long time since I've been on. And so I'm going to actually change Eloise, also while chatting about a topic that I think is really, really important and one that was started over on the Reborn Doll Collective. And it was done by Inez, and it was an amazing, really important topic I think that we all should be talking about throughout the community. And that is based on her video. Inez's video was based on a comment that another collector had made on, I believe, either her Instagram or a video or somewhere on social media. About whether or not, I think it was a two-part question, but the bigger question that I want to address is the second part of her question. So the first one was, why do we sell dolls so much? Why do we sell too much, meaning dolls, kits, whatever, I suppose. And then the second part of the question that I think is the more important piece is, are collectors fueling the scammer websites? And so I want to talk about it because Inez brought up a lot of really great points, and I have a lot of opinions regarding this topic and surrounding it. So let's get into it. I'm going to take this really sweet jacquard dress off of Eloise. I love it on her, but I'm going to put her in another jacquard outfit that I forgot I even had until I saw the hat and went, oh, I need to put this on Eloise because it'll look really cute. So basic same colors though. It's going to be the same color scheme of this dress. So yeah, I mean, I've already addressed why do we sell so much in my previous video, so I'm not going to talk about that, but I am going to talk about the scammer sites, the scammer websites. Guys, this has been around. This is nothing new. I promise you that there have been scammers since the beginning of this hobby, since the beginning of lifelike reborn dolls being out there in the market. Anything that brings a high amount of money to some sort of hobby, collectible, there's going to be a scammer. There's going to be several scammers. It's what people do. It's in all hobbies. So ours is not, it's not exempt, guys, you know. If there's something with a high amount of money that can be made off of, you know, a fake website using someone else's pictures for something, it's going to happen. It's literally what people do. It's like, I've just accepted that that's how the world of collectibles are. And sadly, none of us are going to change it. Like, honestly, nobody's going to change how they're not going to stop scammers from putting up websites. They're not going to stop scammers from not trying to scam people. It's just inevitable. So what needs to happen is that we need to educate ourselves. We need to use common sense, and my opinions on this may come off a bit harsh, and my apologies if you feel offended, but I think it's the harsh truth that all collectors really need to be aware of. You have to understand that there are a plethora of avenues to go to, especially on Facebook. There are so many, like there's a scammers group. There are so many places you can look up whether something is a scammer or not. Or, like I said, use common sense. So, if you're going to one of these, I don't know whether it's a Chinese doll site. I mean, they're all over the place. Most of them are Chinese doll sites that are stealing artists' work. Basically, they're taking an artist's current sculpt and then creating their own and then trying to sell it as like an original. I just put these on her backwards. And I'm putting these on her because I'm going to put blue tights on her. And just as a protective measure, I'm going to just put white tights underneath. But so the scammer sites, they're usually Chinese knockoffs is what they are. And then they're doing it with reborns, they're doing it with vinyl kits, they're doing it with silicone dolls. They're hitting all avenues of our hobby. Like, it's happening everywhere. And it's becoming more and more rampant because people keep buying from these said doll websites that are not legit. And I don't know how many messages I get from people saying that they bought and paid for a doll on a website and never got the doll. They bought the doll. I've seen pictures. It's usually of a prototype or a really, really well done, expensive reborn or expensive silicone doll. And they paid like $100, $200 max. Like, guys, you need to use some common sense. And even if you're new to collecting, you still got to use common sense. Like, if you've watched and seen or joined any of the groups of conversations, people talking, even if you go to a manufacturing site that provides doll kits, you know what the kits at least are going for. You have to, in order, when you start looking for a doll, it's got to make sense. So it kind of frustrates me because people will come to me and say, what do I do? I've been scammed. And it's like, did you do your homework? And I'm like a broken record when it concerns people coming into the hobby that are new, doing their research, doing their due diligence before they purchase a doll. You have to know that you're getting it from a legit person. You have to catch the warning signs, the constant red flags that these scammer sites are putting out there. Trust me, they're making it easy to realize that they are scammers based on their website, based on the pictures. You can Google search, drop a picture in, and you'll see who the actual artist was. And it's a stolen picture 99% of the time, probably 100% of the time. But I think that collectors just want something for nothing. Like, I get it. I started out once upon a time too, and I wanted to get it the most for my money. I didn't want to overspend. But you have to understand, this is an expensive hobby. These dolls are collectible pieces of artwork. The better the quality, the more you're going to pay. The nicer the doll, most of the time, the more you're going to pay. There's no way you're going to get a prototype doll by a prototype artist that's been out recently, a recent sculpt. You can find older sculpts for a lot cheaper because people let go of them on the secondary market. But you're not going to find those types of quality dolls for $100. The kit themselves most of the time cost more than $100. So that's why I say over and over again, you really gotta do your homework. You gotta use common sense, because if it feels like it's too good to be true, you guys, it's always too good to be true. It's never like it works out and be like, oh yeah, I just got a good deal. I'm sorry. But I've been in this hobby way too long and seen too many people fall for those scams. And it's always too good to be true. It never rings to be a legit deal. Never, ever once have I seen any of those things work out and someone actually get the doll that they purchased. Most of the time they don't get a doll at all from those sites. And the ones that do, oh boy, the dolls are something else. They're nothing like what they showed pictures of. And, I hate seeing people continue to contribute. They're continuing to contribute to this scammer's website. So if you're buying from them, you're helping promote their business. You're keeping them in business. It's kind of, hard to feel bad for people that keep going back and trying again, and they'll move on. I've known several collectors that if it didn't work out on one of the scam websites, they tried another one, and if it didn't, and they tried it several times, or they continue to buy from Chinese companies that are stealing artists' sculpts, and it rolls right into silicones as well. I see it happening time and time and time again, and it's the most frustrating thing because it's not okay. And I've watched it happen for years and years and years and years and years, okay? I mean, this is nothing new, but it's getting worse because there are so many newer collectors out there that they can't afford to spend what these reborns are going for directly from an actual legit artist. And that makes me sad. My advice is that if you don't have a lot of money to spend, join all of the Reborn Doll groups on Facebook. Become a member, get acquainted with the collectors, and you will find that when collectors sell their dolls because they want to bring a new one home, you can find some beautiful dolls that maybe are like 3, 4, and 5 years old that are perfectly fine, beautifully done, high-end reborns for a lot less money. That's what I would recommend people to do. That's how I would do it. If I were new into the hobby and I knew I didn't have a lot of money to spend, that would be the route I would take to try to bring home a really nice reborn doll. And I didn't have, I just didn't have a lot of money to spend. There are ways, guys. You guys can save up. But I think the reason why I feel like this needs to be talked about is because it's just getting worse and people aren't learning their lesson. And then you get a lot of people complaining about the fact that they were taken, but they don't stop doing the behavior that promotes it. We all have to say no to these websites. I don't care, anybody out there that wants a reborn for a really good price, save up for it. Just save up for it. Don't promote these websites that are taking artists' work. It's stealing. And I will not I will not sugarcoat it. I don't support anybody that buys from those sites that are stealing artists' work. I don't promote it. I don't think it's okay. And you can agree, disagree with me. It really doesn't matter. It's how I feel about it. I've watched it happen over the years, and I know the effects that it can have on our doll market, and it's not good. And so we all have to be aware of this. And if we all stop buying from them, guess what, guys? They'll stop selling and making them if there's no one to buy them. It's, the power is kind of in the collector's hands to make a change. And I think that collectors don't think that they themselves can make a change, but if enough of us do boycott these said websites, guess what? If they're not making a profit, they're not going to continue to make the dolls. But, if people continue to buy, there'll always be those doll sites willing to sell them. So that is my take on it. I really feel strongly about it, and people may be offended. It may not be a very popular video in terms of like people's opinions, because I know several people that do buy them and they just don't care. And I have a hard time with that. I won't lie. I have a very hard time with people supporting, anybody that steals another artist's work. I'm sorry. It's just not okay. Stealing is stealing. And I'm not afraid to share how I feel about it. And I think that it all ends up coming back on us as collectors because of these websites doing what they're doing. It does affect us. It does affect the market. And let's face it, nobody wants to be scammed. We don't want anybody to be scammed, We want everybody to get a beautiful doll that they want. Like, that's the goal. We want everybody to have their dream baby or dream babies. That's the fun of collecting. That's why we're all here. We want everybody to enjoy it, And the lighting is awful in here. So typical. But this is a Jacquetie sweater romper, I guess, long sleeve sweater romper. And Lulu. I got these from Lulu and Companies, but they're pretty original tights with the little bows on the side. And these are Baby Gap dark blue. They're like dark navy blue velvet baby shoes, because they match the color of this perfectly. And I'm sorry if my head gets in the way. I'm actually working from home today, so I'm just figured I'd take my lunch break and spend some time in the nursery, chat about this topic, because I just watched Inez's video this morning and it struck a chord with me, because I've just watched this happen for so long, you guys. It's been happening for so long, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse because people are just continuing to buy from these places. And so I think as collectors, we have to take a stand. If we want to get rid of all of the bad stuff out there, you have to stop buying it, That's the only way you're going to stop it. I mean, and it takes a lot to be able to do that. I get it. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy. It's just, but it needs to be done. But here is little baby girl here. So she's really cute with this little Jacquetie romper. I love their knits. I really do. And I forgot I even had this because it was buried in my dresser. And then I saw the little hat, which I will probably put the hat on her, just not right this second. And this is the matching hat that goes with it. So it's a cute little winter hat with the little hearts on the ear area. And it goes perfectly with, as you see. Super cute, and she's just adorable. Oh my goodness, we love her. So that's probably what I'll do is, hopefully you guys can see her. Yeah, okay. I'll probably put this on her at some point and share some pictures, either on Instagram, which if you're not following me on Instagram, please head over and follow me. The link to my Instagram account is in the description below. So we would love to see you over there. I share pictures of both Eloise and, of course, Monroe. And also I'm updating everywhere I can as soon as I know when the news article / video interview comes out about the reborns that I did. I actually just finished up the written portion with the journalist who came to my house yesterday. So I think it went really well and I'm really excited about it. And she was actually very excited to meet the babies. So it was a lot of fun, you guys. But that's pretty much the topic. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts on it. If you disagree with me, that's okay. You're entitled to have your own opinion. But it is what it is. Turn and say hello. I feel how I feel about it. And I think a lot of collectors that have been around a while to see what happens because of these scamming websites, we all know it's not good. So a lot of us feel this way. I think that we all need to band together. We stand strong together, guys. But there's her outfit. That's a better picture, a view of her little velvet shoes. But I think together the whole ensemble looks really, really sweet. But yeah, so there she is for the day. I hope you guys are having a great start to your work week. This is the start of mine because I had yesterday off. Hopefully the week will go by quickly and we'll be back to the weekend very soon. But until the next video, guys, thank you as always for watching. Bye-bye.